All right, shout out to my boy Dandy Andy. He said GTA 6's disc situation is getting insane. That is a fact. It's getting pretty wild. Let's get into it, bro.
Do physical discs even really matter for Grand Theft Auto 6? Well, yes, but I don't think for the reason a lot of people are saying. It's looking like we're moving towards kind of a trend where when you get a disc for a game, really what you're getting is a disc with a download code on it. And then the game actually just downloads from the internet. That's just kind of where we're at. That or they ship with a lot of different discs. That or the whole game is actually on the disc. So Grand Theft Auto 6 had a couple of options. They could have done the multi-disc thing like they did with Grand Theft Auto 5's original release. But it seems like in order to, from what they're saying, prevent leaks, they're going to go with just a download code off the jump.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I love that. We don't need no leaks. None of that bullshit. Because niggas be doing that, bro. That should be mad annoying. So, yeah, I like that a lot. Drop it after the game comes out. Drop the disc after the game comes out.
A lot of people are upset about this. Now, I do understand why you would be upset about it, even if the disc doesn't have the full game on it. And you still rely on the internet and all that kind of stuff. It's because you just want that physical media. You just want that physical piece of property to be like, hey, I bought the game. There's the disc. It's got the artwork on it. It's just part of buying video games. It has been for, well, since they started going to discs instead of cartridges. And I completely get it. But it's just been real interesting reading everyone's thoughts online, and you know, certain people get certain things right and certain people get certain things wrong, and everyone's just tearing each other's throats out in the comments and like picking sides and stuff like that. It's a total melee. It's like, y'all, calm down. We are probably eventually going to get discs. In fact, if you remember, we talked about how this game was going to launch without a disc back in May. We talked about how it was likely going to be digital download only at first, and a lot of you didn't like that idea and still don't. And I get it, okay? But if you remember, Graxstari, he was the leaker who we got that information from. Now, I know leakers weren't very popular around May, or really towards the latter half of May, but Graxstari did say that the game was going to launch not on a disc, but as digital only download. And I believe he even said it was for the fact of just preventing leaks, okay? People are feral for this game. It takes months to print discs. If they were planning originally to put the full thing on there, do like a multi-disc kind of thing, it could have leaked. Even if there was only a fragment of it, who knows? I'm not the most technical guy in the world, but Rockstar Games really does not want this game to leak, or Take-Two Interactive, which we'll get to them in a minute. But anyways, I understand your frustration for there not being a disc if you're upset about it. Now, some people have asked, what's even the point of them printing physicals if there's only a digital download code?
I get that, right? Let's get back into it. Maybe people just like collectibles, you know what I'm saying? So that's
well, I mean, it's pretty common sense. Gifts, right? The game's coming out in November. People are going to want to buy the game, wrap it up in nice, pretty gift wrap, and present it on Christmas. Gifts, also, the map or the poster. Obviously, people want that. They better have that. And there's no excuse for that, okay? But yes, there is still a reason to buy a physical. But people do also raise a good point of, well, there's no resale value now. Like, I can't sell the game after I've purchased it because it's just a code. I can't sell a code. I can't go to the store and do that. Well, don't worry, because Graxstari is saying that there will be physical copies releasing sometime in December. And this is what I initially thought too. I thought it makes sense if it really is for leaks, or maybe they're just trying to ship the game in a just super tight, you know, as tight and focused as they can, and digital download just seemed to be the best way to do it. Whatever. If you're planning on buying the game physically, I would hold off a bit and wait for some news. And for now, just go with that digital download, because it's looking like we are eventually going to get discs. So if you're someone who likes to collect physical media, that's something that will most likely be on the table. Listen.
Don't be that person. Yo, Mari, thank you so much for the 100. Wait, no, for the 2 gifted with the 100 gifted. The 2 jewels with the 100 gifted joint. But don't be that person that purposely don't buy the game because there's no physical. You know what I'm saying? Bro, buy the game. Enjoy the game. Please, for yourself. Like, don't hold out all the way into December. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. Like, it's only an extra month. But, and then, that's fine. But if it's later than that, like February or something, like, don't hold out that long for a physical. You can still buy the physical to collect or whatever the case may be and just have it. And, you know, but I get it. Motherfuckers just want that physical straight up. They don't want to spend extra money. Get it. So that's understandable. But still.
The future, because Rockstar knows it's another way to get money out of you.
Yep.
Now, here's kind of a seedier side of it. And this is just, me with a tinfoil hat on. Other than preventing leaks, okay? We know Rockstar Games or Take-Two Interactive, let's just throw them all together. If I'm referring to one, I'm referring to the other. We know that they like to double dip, triple dip their games, right? Well, if you release the biggest game of all time as a digital-only download, and then it doesn't come with a disc or whatever, and people are so upset about it, but they buy the game anyway because they want to play Grand Theft Auto 6 because everybody's playing Grand Theft Auto 6 and they've been waiting 13 years for it. Well, then 2 months later, you go, hey, here's the physical disc version. Well, that could have double sales right off the jump. Like, right.
Chill. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. All right, thank you so much for the 10 gifted or 10 jewels. Chill until after the video.
Then and there, people would immediately double dip and buy the game twice. Is that ethical? No. But video game companies, I think a lot of times people forget, exist to get your money. They do exist for the love of video games and creating them. The developers at Rockstar love creating video games. That's why they're there. But the publishers, you know, Strauss Zelnick, it's about money, baby. It's about creating a good product and getting your money.
Baggy.
And if you guys remember back a while ago, there was talk about the game actually just releasing for a flat $100. And I've seen a lot of people saying, hey, it's BS that they're doing this $80 thing and then like $100 where there's actually shops in the game that you can't interact with in the $80 version. But in the $100 version, they open up because...
They did that with Red Dead.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Oh, y'all gotta chill. I'm recording. Damn. Y'all gotta chill. I'm just playing around.
In the game, it's a constant reminder of content that you do not have. So obviously the logical choice, if you're going to shell out $80 for this game anyways, to shell out an additional $20 and get that $100 copy. And these people aren't necessarily so upset that the game costs $100 to get all the content or whatever. They're a little upset with the packaging. But I look at it from maybe a guy like Strauss Zelnick's point of view or something like that. Like imagine, you know, you're one of these big business guys. And I'm not simping for multi-billion-dollar companies or, you know, millionaires or anything like that. It's just, we got to think logically here. If you guys were with me during the last earnings call, there was a lot of questions from what I remember about kind of the price point of the game, stuff like that. Like basically it was really just the investors kind of poking and prodding Strauss like, hey, how much money are we going to get? You know, that kind of thing. I think there's been a lot of pressure put on him specifically to have the game priced at $100. Maybe this was some sort of compromise to where it's like, look, I don't think people are going to like the $100 price point. Hey, we can do an $80 one, add some like extra crap or stuff that was going to be in the original game anyway. And then we can do that $100 price point and people are going to buy that, you know, kind of some sort of psyop, for lack of a better word, to get people to buy the $100 version.
Yep.
People aren't dumb though, and when you do stuff like that, they notice, okay? And it upsets them, obviously. They're like, dude, just be straight with me. Just tell me you want $100. A lot of you guys listen to me because I'm authentic with you. I think that's what you want, is authenticity. So if these companies were just authentic with us, like, look, this game's gonna be $100, okay? We put like $2 billion into it. I think we'd be a little bit more understandable. Not everyone. A lot of people are just talking crap who didn't even plan to play the game to begin with. But also, games used to be more expensive. In the 90s, games were like $90 sometimes. They were kind of all over the place. But there was...
Hey, nigga, that is facts. That is actual facts.
The sweet spot in like, I want to say like 2005, 2008 and all that kind of stuff where games I remember were coming out for like $40. I think San Andreas was $40 when it came out, or maybe it was 50, but like $40 to $50. That's incredibly cheap. Right now, games sit around $70 to $80. They have not adjusted with inflation.
Thank you so much.
If anything, they've become way cheaper, but it's also a lot of money. And inflation isn't making things easier on people's wallets. So no matter how you slice it, it's still a big ask for a lot of people. And it is what it is. Something I would personally like to see gaming companies start to move towards is valuing their games based on the actual value proposition. Grand Theft Auto 6, I'll gladly pay $80 or $100 for because Rockstar has a proven track record of just time and time again delivering masterpieces. Even
different. Red Dead Redemption 2 was what? So that's why I was like, hey, this shit is okay for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it.
Grand Theft Auto 5, my least favorite game from Rockstar Games, you know, it's great compared to many other games. And I am going through it now, and I'm finding stuff in it that I can enjoy. So I know some people are worried, like, hey, this is going to set the precedent for those greedy companies who make garbage. Like, hey, we're going to do $80, $100 for our game releases. Well, guess what? There's so much good content out there. There's so many great games, and people only have so much time on this earth, and everyone's making these huge open world, elaborate games. I think those games are going to crash and burn, and the market will adjust. But, you know, Call of Duty, for example, they're charging like, what, $80 or something like that? I spent a ridiculous amount over the weekend just to play zombies with my buddy. It was kind of absurd getting nickeled and dimed, and then you needed accounts, and it's a total pain in the butt to play certain video games these days. But what I would personally like to see, and I think a lot of you would like to see too, is like maybe narrative games that are 10, 15 hours, real short, that kind of stuff. Maybe they're around the $30 price point. And then a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 that you're probably going to put thousands of hours into, at least I know I am, not everyone. I think it could be potentially worthy of that price point. And I say say that as someone who hasn't even played the game yet, and this is solely based on Rockstar's track record. Again, not every gaming company could get away with this, I think. This is the only gaming company I think I'm okay with doing that, and I'm just being honest with you. But I understand the frustration of there not being physical discs on release. I wanted to buy a physical copy. Now, I don't have a reason to. I did buy the game last night, went on ahead and did the pre-order. Hopefully we get some sort of trailer or something today, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, hey, I hear you. I understand your frustration. I lost a couple of subs off my last video just at the beginning because I was saying, like, hey, I'm okay with the $80 price point. So I know some people are pissed off.
I'm cool.
But the bottom line is, Grand Theft Auto 6 probably is going to be a really good game, no matter how you slice it.
Ain't no problem.
And I think personally, it's worth it. I think this is one of the few games that can charge $80 or $100 and that'd be acceptable. Some of you would gladly pay way more. And I know that people are struggling out there. I know the economy's tight, and I'm tired of seeing comments of people being like, "Oh, you're just broke," you know, like level up your games. I've been broke. I get it. I mean, I lost my car, my job, my woman, my friend.
Yeah, like there's people that's going through mad shit. Like at the end of the day, don't be that person that's like saying that to a person. Like, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that like people actually have lives, my nigga, like real life. Just because you're not living in real life at the moment or ever never experienced something like that doesn't give you the right to say some shit like that to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. Like, yeah,
all in 1 year. I get it. Okay. Not everyone has $100, but they still want to enjoy this experience. So I understand your frustration. And I just want to say to you, I'm sorry. That sucks. There's nothing really else to say about that. Maybe I'll do a couple of Grand Theft Auto 6 giveaways. I might be talking myself into a ditch here. Another thing I wanted to talk about today is all of these amazing screenshots that came out. A lot of people were like, this isn't what we got in the original screenshots. You could see the obvious degradation in these screenshots. It's not as good looking. No. They're lit differently, okay? They're lit in the way...
Exactly. Even Dandy Annie is saying the same thing I said. Dandy Andy just said the same exact thing I just said in the Saints fan video, bruh. Because I'm uploading that one first, nigga. Tonight, right after the stream. I said the same thing, my nigga. What? Saying the same thing, my nigga. This video is going to come. I'm uploading this tomorrow.
They are like, they're super bright. They have a lot of exposure, all that kind of stuff. And the lighting is done in a way to show off the extra content that you're getting. I wouldn't look at these as like official, like Grand Theft Auto 6 screenshots. I mean, they are, but I wouldn't look at them like that. These are promos for the extra content that you're getting, not stills of the actual game with the more moodier lighting and stuff like that. I think a great example of this is Jason's Beach House. I saw somebody being like, oh, the foliage is different. It's not different at all. You can go and count the bushes, because I did. I thought, hey, that's probably something Rockstar would do.
Like one Saints fan said, oh, at this angle, it looks like, he even said the angle. He said the grass looked more flat, but when you look at it like this, it doesn't look flat. It doesn't look as flat. I'm like, nigga, it's like, it's a completely different angle. That shit just pissed me off, bro.
Dialed back a little bit as the foliage. No, it's all still there. It's just in the original picture, it's shot from a low angle pointing up to a cloudy sky. I think there's some seagulls and stuff flying by. It's just rain, so there's puddles, so you have reflections. So there's all this detail in the environment just from the perspective it's shot at. Also, the lighting has more contrast. It's a little darker. It's because of the weather that's going on in the environment. They picked the perfect conditions for that shot because it's a trailer. In this newer screenshot, it's not shot from that perspective. It's shot at a much less flattering perspective, but it's shot to show you the vehicles or the extra crap that Jason is going to be able to use. And the lighting looks more flat or whatever because of the weather. This is a weather condition. It hasn't just rained. There's no puddles. You can count the bushes. You can count the trees. You can count all the blades of grass. It's still there. Now, a lot of people have looked at these screenshots and been like, it looks just like Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, I'm going to stop you there and say, if Grand Theft Auto 6 looks just like Red Dead Redemption 2, I personally don't have a problem with that because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a beautiful game.
God tier.
I also got to say this, and I mean this in the best way possible. Please have your eyes checked, because the screenshots, dude, no, it looks much better than Red Dead Redemption 2. It should have that DNA, it should have that vibe, because it was made by Rockstar Games, and I can see the similarities you're talking about. But no, the lighting, the textures, the colors, everything, it's more vibrant. It pops, okay? And I'm not trying to beat up on you or anything like that, if that's how you're thinking. It just seems like it's hard to make everyone happy, and you know, of course, there's always going to be hate and backlash. Some of it I understand. The screenshot stuff, not so much. And we also did speculate way back a few months ago that they would probably bring the graphics down a little bit. That was the main reason I was thinking that they were pushing the game back. But in the screenshots, I just don't see it. I think they look great. I think they're just lit very bright.
Especially when like I said, when I saw that picture of Lucia with the olive, I was like, oh no, this is insane.
Exposures turned up to show off products. I used to do product lighting, and it's radically different than lighting a scene for, say, like a movie, okay? And I know it's kind of hard for you guys to take me at my word on that when I'm shooting this video on a freaking cell phone in a dimly lit room with no like face lighting, no point lighting, anything like that. But it is what it is, okay? You're just gonna have to take my word for it. The game looks great, okay? I grew up playing Grand Theft Auto 1, okay? I'm happy with it. How much do y'all want? Like, how good do the graphics have to be? I care less about that and more about the stuff that I can actually do in the game. I think we've reached a point in graphics now to where it's like, it's great, it looks good enough, things are cluttered enough. What can we actually do in the environment? What can we interact with? If I shoot this bubbly looking windshield on this vintage car, how will it break? You know, stuff like that. That's what I'm personally interested in. People are talking about how these screenshots are in 4K and the game's gonna be...
Bro, we are just mentally, like when it's thinking about shit like that, we just alike, bro. It seems from my perspective, I know I am, but with Dandy Andy, he's very he's very detail oriented, like how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like we care about that shit. We don't care about, the game graphically does, bro. The game looks incredible. We care about the attention to detail. That's what I care about. But
like, you know, some other resolution upscaled, things like 1440p, something like that, it's going to look good. And when the PC version comes out eventually, and the PS6 version, it's going to look even better. I understand your frustrations. This is a company. They put $2 billion into the game. They're going to want to take all the money they can from you. I think where we're really going to see how they conduct themselves business-wise is with Grand Theft Auto Online, because I thought how they did it with the shark cards in Grand Theft Auto 5 was, you know, a little funky, but, you know, some people aren't upset by it. It seems like people are pretty split 50-50 on this kind of thing. But what do you think? Are you upset about this? I understand wanting a physical copy, a physical disc. It's looking like we're probably going to get them eventually. So if that's something you want, hold off on a physical purchase until then. Get your map, get your disc. Just wait to see before you go get your physical is all I'm saying. This sounds like I'm talking about a doctor or something. But in the meantime, you know, get the digital download. Or just wait until it's released physically if you don't want to be taken advantage of and be double dipped on, assuming it does come physically. Again, Graxtari was correct about this, but that doesn't mean he's going to be correct about everything else. That's it. That's what I got for y'all. Those were my thoughts on what's going on with the disc wars right now for Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, I kind of came into this game when there wasn't much going on, much being spoken about. So this is kind of new to me, seeing like when something new comes out, how people react. Of course, there's going to be a lot of negativity and stuff like that to certain choices and decisions, especially when they are, you know, controversial, for lack of a better term. But I hate to see everyone tearing each other's throats out in the comments and stuff. Not necessarily here, but like on Reddit and all that kind of stuff. Y'all, like what you like, buy what you want. Don't buy it if you don't want to. But be nice to each other. Jesus Christ. Like, what's this world coming to, man? Please, like, act like adults. Anyways. That's all I got. I'm curious to know what you think, honestly, like legit. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Maybe you can change my mind. I don't know. I think this is a pretty reasonable take on it. Let me know what you think. I want to read it. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're doing okay out there. And I hope we get some more Grand Theft Auto 6 news soon. Of course we are. Marketing's ramping up. Other than that, y'all, take care of yourself. Have a great rest of your day, night, week, year, whatever. Just stay safe out there, y'all. Much love and peace.
Yo, shout out to Dandy Andy, bro. Like, he's fucking goated. This is my guy right here. So he really do this. Shout out to Dandy Andy again, bro. But hey, man, yeah, bro. You know, I 100% do think we're gonna get these physical copies later on after the game release. I'm glad they did not. Me personally, I'm glad they didn't release it beforehand, so they could have possibly leaked the fucking game. Oh, that would have been so bad. But they just being smart. And with all the other $80, $100, like Dandy Andy said, bro, it's a business at the end of the day. I mean, $80, like they could have charged $100 for the standard. So like we just gotta take what we can and roll with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I got the definitive. I said definitive. I got the ultimate edition. So you know, we got the standard. It's perfectly fine, bro. Like $80 is cool. You know, so but hey. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this video and what y'all think about the prices, what y'all think about the whole downgrade shenanigans and shit like that and all, whatever the case may be. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like. Subscribe to that channel if you're new. Please turn on notifications to get notified when I upload and stream. Yes, sir. I will be streaming tomorrow. It's for my people in the stream. I'm about to end the stream. I will be streaming tomorrow. Catch y'all later, all right? So I'll update y'all on everything. Make sure y'all following me on Instagram, bro, because I'll really be updating everybody on my Instagram story the most. Twitter, yes, but Instagram stories is where I really update everybody on. You know what I'm saying? And my Instagram channel. So definitely ain't no downgrade at all. Definitely hit me up on there, bro. And I say hit me up there. Look out for that on there. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all later though, bro. I'm about to edit all these videos. All right, so catch y'all later. Deuces, yes sir.
Yo, represent for the gifted, tension to plan the vision. Demolition of evil sons of the politicians. Scientific, I'm optimistic of my positions. Writing songs, scrambling passions, picking up my decisions. Menacing, we take profits. Tentative, we break topics. Hesitant.